Welcome to Jits and Tits.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
We got the boys back in town. It's Sunday. You got me, D-Rock, Remy, Ronnie,
Yo.
Terrence,
Present.
Nick the Hater,
What's going on? 3-day weekend, boys.
and Plunger.
Here.
All right, so this is the first official Jits and Tits podcast.
First one, baby.
Yep.
So we've done a couple podcasts that haven't been released that may not ever see the air. We fucked around for a little bit, and this is what we got. We came up with Jits and Tits because, unfortunately, everything we talk about ends up back to jiu-jitsu and titties somehow.
Definitely.
Facts.
So
Yep.
we cover important life topics, but it gets talked about through jiu-jitsu and how jiu-jitsu gets you more titties.
100%.
But so this is the first official one.
Let's get into it, boys.
Let's go. Let's do it. So we're gonna start. Are we starting with the question of the day?
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
all right. As a premise, because this is the first one, we've recorded like 5 or 6 other ones, kind of getting our feet wet, and before we figured out how we're rolling with this. So Sean, our favorite bartender here at Island Cava, always comes up with some wild ass questions. So, Sean, let's go. Kick it off. What's the question today? What kind of fucking weirdo goddamn question do we have today to start us off?
This one's not that strange, but I want to know. You're given the opportunity, you're given 10 minutes to go back into time to speak to your former self. You're a teenager. In those 10 minutes, you have to convince yourself that you're you from the future, and then you have the remaining amount of time to give some sort of advice to him. So what I want to know is, where are you finding yourself? How are you going to convince yourself? And what are you going to tell your past self?
Damn.
Wow.
That's a good one.
That's deep.
That's
real
good.
deep.
Layers.
That's good. All right, so who wants to take the first shot at this? Oh,
Oh, I already know.
I already know what I'm doing. I'm going back to when I was like 16, 17. I'm going to tell myself, have the 2 kids because they're the best things ever happened. And then invest in Bitcoin because you'll be fucking rich.
Yeah.
It always goes back to
I didn't
Bitcoin
realize
with
he was
Luigi.
running right to crypto like that. Dude, Like, I know. I'm like, Right that's away, it. you like lit up, and I'm like, why is he so excited? Dude, I'm going right back to myself, telling myself to invest in Bitcoin or like anything else for that matter that like I know shot up Amazon, thousands Apple. of percent. Yeah. And
Tesla.
yeah, anything like that.
All of them.
All of them. And then obviously to have the kids and just get out faster, but whatever. That's a whole nother topic.
I would definitely go back in time and tell my young self to never leave a deposit because I love my kid, man, but dude, when you have a child with a woman that you're not with, it's hell. Hell.
I get that, but like I still want to see, like I couldn't imagine my life without my kids, but if I invest in Bitcoin, I'm going to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
I'm going to have close to $1 billion. I don't give a fuck what she like.
How many kids are you gonna have?
If I had $1 million, I'd have 10. If I had enough money for it, I'd have 10 kids. D-Rock thinks I'm nuts, but if I had enough money, I'd have 10 kids.
If finances weren't a problem.
If that wasn't an issue, I'd have 10 of them.
How are you going to convince yourself, though? It's part of the question.
I'm just going to hold myself down, maybe oil check myself. You know, I'm young and dumb at that point. I mean, I still am, but I was even young and dumber. Like, it's
you're
not,
old and dumb.
yeah. There's not much convincing I need.
Yeah, what kind of convincing do you really need to do though? Because I feel like I don't look that different than I did like 16 years ago.
well, I mean, you would have to prove.
I guess no, it's a lie. I had teeth 16 years ago.
Well, you got to think, man. You're a kid, and all of a sudden, this person shows up who looks just like you, and
Handsome
he's like,
motherfucker.
"Hey, I got some advice for you." You're gonna be like, especially, all right. So we're all pretty much, except for Remy and Ronnie, we're all kind of close to the same age. So we grew up at a time where, like, the internet, like when I was 16, the internet wasn't as big as it was. You know, you had like AOL. Everybody only had like maybe one computer in their house. Shit was still up on dial-up. So like, you weren't as exposed to certain things, right? So there's a level of skepticism I think my former self would have. I'd be like, what am I in? Like, you wouldn't think you're on a reality show, but you'd be like, who's this crazy motherfucker? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on here? So I think it would take a level of convincing that would be substantial. Like, if I would go back probably to, we said a teenage self, right? So I'd go back to probably when I was like, I'd go back to like 15. I'd find myself at 15 years old and be like, listen, you're going to waste a substantial amount of your years being a fucking idiot and a loser and having a pity party. Like, get your act together. And then in 2012...
Are you still going through that part right now? Or?
Every day. Dude, honestly, if I'm being honest, so when I was younger, I didn't start getting like my act together. And not that I have my act together at all now, but I didn't start getting my shit together probably till I was like 25. When I was 2 years into jiu-jitsu. I was like finally like doing something worthwhile with my life and like getting a job or a career path going. I went from the time I was, I'd say 12 to like 22. I was just pity party city.
Riding that ambulance. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. And I wasted a good amount of time. And like, that's why I'm so crazy now. Like Nick knows, Luigi knows, a lot of times I like overtrain because I work a ton because I get nervous that I'll like slip back into like the lazy fuck that I used to be. Like I used to sleep till like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, be up all night and do nothing. Nothing. No job, no direction. I dropped out of high school like I was a fucking idiot. And even though I'm like several years like removed from that, still in my mind, I feel like if I don't stay on that I'd slip back into that. So sometimes I'm crazy in the opposite direction where I'm like, nope, I have to go train, or I have to work, I have to do this because I don't want to be the bum that I used to be. And I like get worried that I'll slip back into being that lazy bum and be fat and shit like that. So it's always there in my mind.
Yeah. It's good that you're conscious though.
Yeah, because
I'm aware of it.
Yeah, I feel like you're always either like coming from somewhere or on your way somewhere. Like you're active, like in that sense. So I see now that you mention it, I could see like
You're not
I
really
feel that way.
active.
Yeah, I'm terrified of slipping back into that. Even though I know I've done enough work where it's like it's not going to just happen like that, but that's always in my mind of terrified of going, like falling back into that person. And like I remember like I was like the black sheep of the family.
Yeah, what made you wake up though and snap out of that like cycle of like not doing anything?
My friends, honestly, I had good friends. My buddy Justin Dower and Andre from Toast, man. They literally like came up
Good
and were
dude,
like,
Andre.
yeah, dude, Andre, I love him for that because he was ruthless with me. Not because he was trying to be an asshole, but because he cared about me. He's like, dude, you're a fucking loser. Like, what are you doing? You're lazy. You're doing shit. Yo,
No, that's a good friend though. That can tell you that. He doesn't sugarcoat it.
no, and he was straight up about it. He's like, start doing something. He's like, you need to come to the gym with us. And him and my buddy Justin, they're going to the gym all the time. They're like, you're coming to the fucking gym. Like, at least do something. Take this start. And I go to the gym. And I remember, like, so you guys know my stupid arm. You know, have the arm that doesn't work. I would like make excuses as to why I couldn't do certain exercises. And Dre would be like, dude, I don't want to hear that shit. Figure it the fuck out and let's go. And at first I was like, oh, what a dick. Like, why is this guy being a dick? But it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I figured it out. And now that's how that's how I do things all the time now. So without them, I don't think I would have figured it out. And that started me down the right path. And then I found jiu-jitsu and that really changed everything. So, I would go back in time and tell myself to listen to my fucking friends and don't waste that valuable time. Like, man, if I would have started doing this years before, who knows where I'd be now? Maybe I'd be way better off. I would have been doing jiu-jitsu earlier, and I would have for sure told myself to invest in Bitcoin in 2012.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like it comes back to crypto or any kind of like crazy shit that blew up. That,
It's
like,
definitely it's definitely a good question. But like in all honesty, you know, you wouldn't be who you are if you didn't go through the shit you went through.
That's true. Yeah,
You know? What about you, Remy? Where you at? I mean, you're young too, so I mean,
Yeah.
You're the youngest of the bunch, right? How old are you?
26.
12.
You would tell
26.
yourself to meet me earlier.
Yeah. No, honestly, I wish I would have stayed with jiu-jitsu. Like, so I dabbled in it in like 2008. I went down to Florida to visit my uncle for, I think it was like 3 weeks. And I trained there for for all 3 weeks. And like, it was great. And then when I came home, my parents were like, like, we can't afford it. We're not going to pay for it, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of just never did it again until recently, and then So I definitely wish I would have stuck with it a
Yeah.
lot earlier. Like
Sure.
I mean, imagine like if 2008, I would have started then instead of 2020.
What about you, Ronnie?
Probably just go back and tell myself not to go to college. Big
Really?
waste of time.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm with you
Damn.
on that. I wasted a little bit
You
of
know,
time. in
2
college.
years, nothing crazy, but total waste of time. Did nothing with it. Waste of money.
Where'd
Oh, shit.
Where'd you go?
Suffolk County.
Yeah, I went there for a little bit too, which I'm like thankful for that I didn't go away to school and like fuck it up because there's people that like spend all this money and have all these student loans and they don't even use their degrees
crazy.
or,
And,
or
like,
even graduate. Like how
nowadays-
many people your friends like just failed out of school and like 20 grand a
Yeah,
semester.
you're better.
Yeah.
You're better off just being a blue collar worker
Yeah,
right out of
I
high
mean,
school.
like everything that they're paying
Dirty hands, clean
$60,000
money,
for
baby.
is all online. So,
Yo, so
student
what-
debt.
So what about Max Holloway last night?
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Let's talk about my
Dude
boy
was
Max.
dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ronnie's got a lot
that's,
to say
That's,
once
that's
they-
Ronnie's homeboy,
Let's
but dude
go.
was throwing missiles, huh?
Yeah, Ronnie's sitting
500 and
there.
what? 25
Yeah,
strikes.
Yeah. What were the stats on that?
He set the record in the beginning. I think it was 230 significant strikes in one match against Ortega. And he set that record, and he just beat it last night by 300
Holy shit!
more. So
And I think the combined of that fight, like, I mean, I didn't really think he was getting like hit, but I think that might have been a record too for the most
I
significant
don't think
strikes.
so.
like,
I think he landed like 67.
really, that's it.
Yeah, he was definitely way outnumbered.
Oh
he was
yeah,
getting smoked. Ronnie, that's Ronnie's paper boy. We found out about that last week.
What do you think about that fight, D-Rock?
Dave was
how's
like,
your
"Yeah,
boy
I don't know
Qatar
about
looking?"
Holloway. He might."
No,
he
no,
might
no,
have a
no.
chance."
Let's set the record straight.
I was here. Ronnie was here. He's like, "Yo, don't fucking say that, D-Rock."
Let's set the record straight.
That's my boy, D-Rock.
I never said anything negative about Max
No,
Holloway.
you
No,
definitely,
Max
you
Holloway-
definitely did not.
Max Holloway is the greatest featherweight of all time, hands down. What I thought in terms of that matchup, that I thought Cater presented. What'd you say?
Blast.
I thought Calvin Cater presented an interesting
Style for Max
style for
Holloway.
him. It was an interesting matchup, and I thought how crisp Cater's boxing was. I thought he had a chance. I thought he had a way better chance of beating Max Holloway than what he showed last night.
Cater looked like Nate Robinson in there, dude.
Cater,
He looked like he didn't belong at all.
he looked.
Definitely.
That's what makes it that much more impressive to me, because Cater's very, very good, man, and Max Holloway made him look like he didn't belong in there with him. And so Max Holloway, and especially if you rewatch this last night, Max Holloway is a master of controlling distance and range. He's always the one dictating the range of the fight, where it takes place, and cage control. And not only that, his volume. Like, the volume of his strikes are insane. And I think he drowned Cater in the pace and the volume of his strikes. And also, I thought about this afterwards. I wonder if Cater wasn't prepared for being a main event, and if it was too big of a step up in competition too early.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe nerves got in the way.
Very
you know?
possible. Yeah, very possible. But I thought, because of how crisp Cater's boxing was, I thought he had a good opportunity to land a couple good punches early on and make Max change his game plan a little bit. But he wasn't able to do that.
Yeah.
And not because he shit the bed or anything like that, because Max is that good.
Sharp.
But I thought Max is very, very good at his volume, and he obviously the amount of strikes he threw and everything like that. But he also gets hit a lot. If you rewatch his fight with Dustin Poirier, another really good boxer, he got hit a lot. He took a lot of damage in that fight. He got hit a lot in his two fights against Volkanovski.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought Cater had a good opportunity, because Max, as great as he is, does get hit a lot.
Yeah.
But in this fight, he didn't get hit at all. He was even better at being just
Holloway
shy.
I feel like Cater
63.
just could not put it together last night.
No, he couldn't
It was
find him.
just
If you
too much pressure.
But
if
there
you
wasn't
if you
the power though, the power wasn't there though. I feel like
it
I
was
feel
the
like-
volume
Yeah, it was just
yeah,
way
I-
too much.
and the range. If you
Chipping away,
rewatch that
baby.
fight, Cater's right hand, which is fucking dynamite, he was coming up short all night, missing Holloway with his right hand.
That's due
Max-
to range. That's
yeah,
due to Holloway keeping
That was the biggest thing to
Yep.
me, and that was what was super impressive, because again, if you watched Holloway and Poirier is another really excellent boxer, similar style, differences for sure between him and Cater, but the boxing was the big thing to me, and that's after seeing that fight and this matchup, that's why I kind of thought Cater had a good opportunity to maybe like get the upset, but Max was fucking masterful last night.
Did we find out what Max was yelling? I think he was yelling that he's the better boxer because
he was.
Cater like mentioned as boxing was like going to be a handful. He's like, you can't box with me. I love when he slipped like 3 punches and then he started dancing. He was like, whoop, whoop,
Yep,
whoop. And
a
he
little
was
showboating out
little
there.
shimmy, yeah. He was in
Harlem
control.
Shake.
That was domination, man.
Threw 445, 141 in round 4 alone.
Shooter shoot.
Damn, that's pretty nasty. Yeah, so they're talking about Holloway and
Volkanovski.
yeah, 3.
Triology.
What are you thinking?
Max Holloway comes out on top.
Yeah,
I really think he won
It's
that
like he
last
did the
fight.
second fight. Yeah, what'd you guys think about that last fight?
He definitely came out on top on
The
second. I
second.
think D-Rock agrees as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that he definitely won the rematch. I thought he lost the first fight, although it was very close, and I wouldn't have argued if people had scored it either way in that first fight.
Mhm.
I didn't think it was a robbery. I thought it was very close, but I think he got robbed in
Yeah.
the second fight for
You
sure.
see Alex tweet out last night, great fight, Max. Too bad you can't do that in a ring when you're with me.
No.
Yeah.
did he?
So they're definitely going to run that back.
Damn.
I don't know if they are, man. You know what I think is going to happen? I think they're going to give Holloway a title shot at 55.
So I was watching a couple things this morning, and that seems like it's going to be what's going to happen. And Ortega's coming up, too. I'm surprised Ortega didn't fight Max Holloway. I don't know why Cater fought him. I mean, he's 6.
Holloway beat Ortega.
I know, but he just came back,
He got
supposedly
murdered.
revamped.
He got murdered by
They were
Holloway.
talking about Cater having a title shot if he got through Max last night.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's like where they were going with it.
I like Brian Ortega a lot, man. I feel like he puts the striking
scrappy.
together
I
with
you a
like
lot.
thanks, dude. He puts the striking together with Jits, man. Like I've seen him like hanging on the neck for like a guillotine, put his foot on the cage, readjust, and finish that choke.
Yeah, if you watch his last fight, he was sharp.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Brian Ortega a lot.
Shaved his head, probably missed weight, right?
I think that I would like to see Holloway go up to 55. I'd like to see Holloway fight anybody at 155. And whether or not he lost or won the last fight, there's already been 2. They had those fights back to back. It's like whether or not he won or lost, the world moved on.
I
Volkanovski's
think
the
they
champ.
moved on, though. Like, a lot of people thought he won that
I
second
know.
fight. So,
I don't disagree, but I just think, man, give it some time. Let it build. Like, I'd like to see Volkanovski fight other people too. You know what I mean? I don't want to watch him and Max again and have it the same thing happen again. And
I mean,
then people
that
are arguing
would be
over
brutal.
it again.
I mean, that's like the same thing with Adesanya and Rob Whittaker. I mean, they fought twice, and Whittaker came close, fell short both times, and he's the #1 contender right now to fight Adesanya, but now Adesanya moved up.
No, they only fought once.
No, Rob Whittaker fought him
Once.
twice.
Nope. One
Well,
time.
then they're not.
But
giving
he
him a
wants
second
that
time.
rematch
Jack,
again.
Jack,
Yeah.
who's fake news? One of these guys is fake news, man.
No.
And it wasn't
D-Rock is
close.
right.
He fucking piss mopped Whittaker. He knocked him out in the second round. So, but because Whittaker's won, I think 3 in a row now or 2 in a row and has looked great, they're talking about that rematch. And I'm not against that rematch, but again, there's so many other fights that I would like to see. I'd like to see Volkanovski go defend the belt against somebody else and solidify his position, get another 2 or 3 title defenses, and then fight Max Holloway again. Max Holloway had 3 title defenses. So then the stakes are even higher. Like Volkanovski cemented himself now. He beat these other contenders, and there's no question about whether or not he's the champ. Then run it back. That's my. I don't know if that's true. Like, I'm not saying that my opinion or take on that is correct, but that's what I would like to see at this point.
I respect Holloway a lot, but he has to do something with that hair, bro.
Dude, take it easy.
Give him a fade, yo.
Take it
Trim
easy
the
over there,
top
Nick.
or something, bro.
Look,
I mean,
man.
like, what's going on with that haircut, bro?
I think you're jealous.
Got the
I
Eddie
got,
Gomez.
I got better hair than Holloway, dude.
Yo, did Max Holloway dress up as Santa for you as a kid or something like that? Well,
He's
you
just
love
a
him
good
so
fighter.
much.
He's just a good fighter.
He's a gamer,
Look.
bro. He's a gamer.
Look, he
what's
games.
not to love about that?
He
performance
games.
last night, though?
He games, which is dope. He's a good dude.
Games.
Family,
Yeah,
kid.
yep,
He's
good
just a
dad.
solid guy. You know, you got to respect a guy like that.
Oh, I don't disagree. I love Max Holloway, but you
You
got
know.
a boner
It's his
from
favorite
here to
fighter.
the
He-
street.
I
said it
mean,
last
have you
week.
ever watched one Max Holloway fight that was boring? I mean, he comes and he shows up
Facts.
every time.
Yeah,
No,
that
but
hair's
I've
supposed to
definitely
go.
taken a snooze with you fucking talking about him.
Oh,
You're just
damn.
mad because you were wrong last night.
I wasn't wrong at all, man.
Dude, Ronnie, I don't think he like relaxed like that entire fight. I felt like he was like flexing like the whole time sitting in the bar. He's got D-Rock chirping. He's got like money on the fight, and it's his favorite fighter fighting. And he was like, "It's
He's
gonna
like,
be."
nah, he's gonna put Holloway away, dude.
Yeah.
His
I
time-
thought there was a
his
chance.
time's up.
Well, Ronnie's
I never said his time was up. I said I think that I thought that Cater could get it done, and I thought that he had a good chance of knocking him out.
Yeah,
But
that was
listen,
the-
I was
that was the
wrong. Max
pre-talk,
Holloway
right?
looked fucking great. He did. There's nothing I could say, and it's not a knock on Max Holloway. I just thought, based on the matchup, that's what I thought, and I was wrong.
And then Ronnie was like second round TKO, and he almost had him at the end of the second
Yeah.
round. He's like,
Almost.
all right,
He
third round
almost
TKO,
had him.
and then he almost had like they could have called that fight like in
5
like
seconds.
That was in the
left.
4th round, though, when I thought they should have stopped it. The fourth
yeah,
round,
that's
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
start.
I-
But the second he got like he was tagging him at the end of the round. And
I
then-
thought they could have stopped that for sure. But,
Yeah, it was getting uncomfortable. You were like, come on, stop the fight.
yeah, it was
stop the
bad.
fight.
But I will say this: the one thing I thought of that had me pumped up with the way Ronnie was, I was like, yo, if that was any of us fighting, Ronnie would be losing his fucking mind.
Dude,
Ronnie would have been
me-
fan number 1 if that was any one of us.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
Damn.
I like Ronnie be the type of dude to get thrown out of the building because he's like, fuck this motherfucker, kick his ass, twist
I'll
his
be on,
dick,
I'll be
twist
on
his
top of the
dick.
fucking ring.
He'd be starting fights in the crowd and shit.
Give me the old dick
You should have seen me at the Triton fight. You know, it was Ryan Castro's fight, and I was bugging out. You know? If I could support Max Holloway like that, you know, I'll support you guys like that as well.
I'm into at least he keeps that same energy.
Yeah.
Oh shit, doggy daddy in the house.
Yeah, it's locked.
Oh
Oh,
man,
it's not loud.
let anybody in this place, man. Unreal.
All right, yo. So I got a little debate for you fellas for get your weight up, not your hate up. We doing. How do you guys feel about real tits or fake tits? Where do we stand?
All natural.
Yeah.
Natties.
Natties, yeah, that's right.
Daddies, I like it.
I mean, that's
I like them real, but the advancement,
can't go wrong with
the
that.
advancement with surgery lately, like
Top notch.
yeah, like
Top
some of
notch
those fake ones
artificial
feel real.
warlocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could go either way.
I'm not against them if I have a preference. Like,
Yeah, I'm not against. I'm not against them either. I just feel like there's something slutty about a girl who gets fake tits.
oh
It's like-
damn.
Yeah.
It's like fuck me. That's what I feel like.
Well, so you got to take in two things to account, at least for me in this question. Aesthetically, there ain't nothing better than fake tits. They look phenomenal, right?
Agreed.
They look so good.
Proportion.
Sometimes
Shape.
they don't feel as great. You see them, they look amazing, then you touch them, you're like, oh, what's going on here? So in terms of like feeling, natty. Looks, fake.
Yeah, but sometimes when they look though, they look like they're scared of each other and running away. I mean, like the cleavage, the cleavage. You could run a fucking dump truck between them.
Yeah, but like think about it, right? If you see somebody with like bug eyes, you can't stop looking at them.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't like those bug guys though. Close your eyelids.
Depends on the surgeon.
Yeah, and then are we talking like the slit under the tit or going through the nipple?
Scars don't bother me. I
No?
don't think that. Through the nipple, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was just
That's how
under.
they do it.
I thought they went under and then like your titty.
No,
plopped
They
Oh,
used
down.
to. They used to do it that way, and I guess it's changed. There's been advancements in medical technology. That's
They-
why you
they
got
hack
teeth.
it- so they hack your nipple. I don't have teeth, motherfucker.
That's why you got teeth.
Wait, you tell me that,
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
they take
sure
the-
Where do they
do
go-
the nipple?
like slice the nipple in half? And
There's-
No, they take the
no,
nipple
like
off.
like the areola, like around.
They take it off
Oh,
and they
like they
fucking
cut
put
in
the
the side.
implant.
Yeah, and then they tattoo that
and
shit.
and then they inflate it.
You guys,
Yes. Yeah, they fill it with air.
Talk into the mic, you fucking bonehead.
This is crazy. I mean, guys, this is like our first run with the mics or whatever. I get the headphones.
Because the
It's
difference
crazy
between-
by talking to the side of the mic. Like I notice it with you guys. Like even right now when I go here and here, it's a big.
Yeah,
Yeah, stop
because
doing
the
that.
old- the
Yo,
old-
we're still working out the kinks here. We might all need our own mics then. I
Yo,
don't know.
move the table closer, jackass.
All right, moving the table closer.
When you move the table, go through the nipple though. Don't go underneath it.
Don't they go?
That's good.
And there's some that go like through the armpit or like up in that area.
Yeah.
There's some like
really?
that, right? So there's like non-visible scars.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I got some friends though that they
That's-
love the scars and they love like when they go through the nipple and shit. I don't know what it is, man, but
That's what they love.
yeah, it's like, yo,
You got some fucked up friends.
Dude, my buddy's like, I love implants, but when they go through the nipple and shit, he's like,
That's
it's
weird.
game over for him. I'm
Chicks
like,
dig scars, bro.
That's forever.
So, all right. Let's talk about that, right? Because that's and I'm all for it, but why is that a normal thing, right? Like, you think
Wait.
about it in terms of like, all right, so hear me out.
No, I kind of understand where you're
So-
going with this. Why do we love titties so much? It's the
No,
same
no,
thing
I know
we
why I
got.
love titties.
It's the same thing we got, just like bigger. I
No,
don't
I'm
know.
saying like it's
I don't know, but
it's
I love 'em, dude.
acceptable. It's acceptable.
Fucking love titties, bro.
it's acceptable, right? Women do the makeup, right? Push-up bras, fake tits, all this stuff. We got none of that.
Yo, we got none of that, and we're considered the liars.
Right?
That's bullshit.
Speak for yourself. I got a sock in my pants right now, dude.
Yeah, you're not fooling anybody. We can smell it, motherfucker. Wash that thing.
Fucking dirty ass sock. But no, you're right, D-Rock. I mean, all these girls, they get the Botox in the lips, the fake tits, the push-up bras.
The lips are the worst.
Dude, and it's like,
Oh my God, you got these girls.
you wake
out here
up
that
next to
look
some of these
terrible.
girls. and,
Sometimes you can't tell. Sometimes it depends. I don't know.
like, in the
Depends.
morning you can.
Nah,
and they
I
don't got
feel
their
like-
face
I
on.
feel
Oh,
like you
that.
can basically always tell.
If someone has fake lips.
All right, so think about this,
Or
right?
tits.
Think about this. Just a push-up bra can be crazy deceiving, right? You meet a girl, you see her out, titties are all pushed up. You're like, God damn. You get her home, that bra comes off. You're like, whoa,
10,
what happened to the rest of them?
Yeah.
10 to a
Yeah,
6.
yeah, they turn into a hacky sack. They're down by their knees.
Right? It's like, so now, and this is a weird thing to think about, right? But I was thinking about this. If I was a woman, right, you're always rolling the dice. If you meet a dude, you have no idea till you get down to the nitty gritty whether he's packing or not.
Yeah.
Right?
Either
I
he's
wonder, like,
packing or slacking.
what kind of anxiety does that have, right? Because if you're a woman and you go to hook up with some dude and then he's got a small dick,
Yeah.
like, all right,
You better hope he's good with his fingers or
right?
his
But
tongue or
like,
something,
so
man. I don't know.
now it might not
It's
be
too late in the game. The same thing with the titties.
Well, this is what I'm
What,
saying,
you're
right?
gonna put your shirt back on because the girl had a push-up?
No,
bra?
but listen, hear me out. What I'm saying is now it's like, oh shit, this might not be good, and now I have to be like, shit, I don't want to laugh at this motherfucker or make him feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable,
Oh,
right?
we're talking micro.
Luigi wants to talk from experience.
I mean, this one time in Thailand. No, but I mean, it's kind of the same anxiety we have. Like, dude, that vagina could be all fucking like roast beef and shit coming
Yeah.
out everywhere. Like, you don't know what you're
Still
getting
feel
into.
good though.
But we got hints.
Listen, whether it's got roast beef or not, you know you're still going in. So
Yeah.
it's not like, come on, bro. Like, it might be roast beefy,
I know.
but
Luigi's like, no. One time I was like, put your pants back on, get the fuck out of my
dude,
face.
it's all the same with the lights off.
I have done that, but like, even if it smells like, it's
Oh,
basically the
that's bad. Deal
same.
breaker. That's
It's
a deal breaker.
Yeah, but it's the same thing as like, it's the same thing that they're thinking.
I don't know if
Yeah, it
smell. I don't know if smell is the same thing.
Smells
Yeah.
tough. Like
It's
or,
not
or
the
get,
same.
Or get in the shower. Be like, hey, let's take this to the shower and fucking wash ourselves down.
If you're
Terrence's nice way of saying your clam
Yeah.
stinks.
No, those are wildly different things. Hygiene issues are wildly different from physical expectations and things like that. If you pull, like, the same thing with chick. If you pull your pants down and your dick's got bumps on it, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
bumps are like an STDs.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but it's
if she pulls them down, and starts
no,
smelling like
no, it's
something-
not. I don't know. They're totally different things. I'm not. You kind of can have a pretty good, like, tell on how,
It's just
like,
gonna stink.
for the most part, like, dude, if you see
Like
you
some
meet
hippie
You know,
chicks, like a hippie chick.
Mastic when it's walking.
it's different things though, because one, dude, she could be smoking hot, or on the flip side, for a woman, they meet this guy, he looks great, whatever. There's no tell about whether or not this guy has a small dick or not, right? There's no tell about whether or not someone's gonna stink. It just kind of happens.
Yeah, it
with
is if
different
they have
things.
if they have a big pickup truck.
Yeah, that's what
But
yeah,
they're
they do say
different.
that.
What I'm saying is they're different things. We're not talking about hygiene. We're talking about physical things that are deterrents,
Yes.
not hygiene.
Yeah,
Like
hygiene.
everybody is gonna run for the hills if someone's dirty like that.
Yeah.
That's not. I don't have that type of anxiety, because you can kind of, like, I don't think you would, if you saw some girl who just like looks like terrible, you're not even gonna go that far. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, you're
100%.
it's already, you're never gonna make it to that make or break point. I feel like, so I think they're a little bit different, and I
So
just
what, like, if a girl had like dreads, you'd be like, yeah, this thing definitely stank, bro.
Definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
That North Cali pussy.
Yeah. Yes, smell
but
is a deal breaker. That's when you go instantly limp.
You might not
and you just
know.
pull your pants
HP?
up.
You might not know
Yeah,
until you bend
HP
them
for
over,
real.
though. Like, I had an experience where I didn't smell anything until I flipped her over, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, I
Tasted
almost
it.
tasted it,
Oh god.
and I was like, "Oh, this is." I mean, I had to finish anyway, but just because I was already halfway there. But you might not know until you
Yeah.
just flip them over, and the shit comes in your mouth. You
I
never
was,
know.
I was telling Sean
It
about
just
this.
comes in your mouth.
I was telling Sean about this. You guys know what a soot girl is?
A soot girl?
Yeah.
No.
So you know how diesel trucks, when the dudes hit the gas,
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
black
and black smoke comes
yeah.
out the back end. So a soot girl is a pale, pasty chick with a dark asshole.
Luigi, what do you think? They should bleach it?
Oh, yeah, we know where Luigi stands.
100%.
Now, that's a deal breaker. When that thing is like a black hole.
Just turn the lights off.
Turn the lights
Get
off.
over
Are we getting back
Gotta
on
get over
the
it.
topic of bleaching?
Or just soot girls. I was just letting you know what a soot girl is, you know? Fucking black-ass booty hole and pale-ass skin.
Don't. Where's that other question of the day?
I got it right over here.
We're saving it for
Oh,
the
you
end,
do?
right?
Save
Yeah,
it
we'll save it for the end.
Yeah, save it for the end. Then we have a. Oh, that was what we wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's go.
You guys ever? I was telling this to D-Rock yesterday. You guys ever have you say an answer to somebody and then you walk away and you're like, fuck, man, I should have said something different. You ever have those moments
Yeah.
where like you regret like what you said? You're like, oh, I should have said this. It's so much fucking better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling D-Rock yesterday here at Kava, man, you always get knocked on when you're in the fucking bathroom. Everyone's coming up to you, knocking on the door. You're like halfway taking a piss or some shit. And I'm always like, yeah, someone's in here, or 1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute.
And then I walk out, I'm like, man, I should have said something else. Like, yeah, you need a warrant if you got to come in here. Just throw the guy off who's knocking on the door.
Yeah, what'd you say? Like a half pound of bologna or something?
Yeah. The raviolis are almost done.
I just tell them the door's unlocked. Come on in.
Yeah,
And they,
yeah.
they usually walk away.
That's what I'm saying.
Luigi's like, no one's in here.
I got to start working on that, man. Every time someone knocks on the bathroom door and I'm like, yeah, 1 minute. I'm like, fuck. Should have said this.
Nah, just tell them it's open. Come in. And the only person who ever came in was Marcus. So, and yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah, shock.
I always say 1 minute or like, even if I'm like mid shit, I'm just like, leave me alone. Like, I know I'm going to be a while, but I'm like, I'm in here, fucking deal with it, dude.
It's a mess. Don't come in.
Like, what am I supposed to say? Yo, it's going to be a while, dude.
Yeah, the worst is when you go in to take a shit, and the minute you sit down, they start knocking.
Oh, it's
Ah.
the
So it's like you couldn't even let me get.
That's why you got to wait till like if you're in a public place. I don't know. People
You ever
love
have someone
shitting here.
sit on your lap when you were taking a shit?
Can't say so.
worst. Yeah, actually, I have. No, never.
What, were you shitting your pants on the couch or they came in the bathroom?
No, in the bathroom. They came and they sit on your lap.
While you're taking a shit.
Yeah, while you're taking a shit. They give you like a hug, you know?
That's aggressive.
Who does what? Your kid?
No. It hasn't happened to me, unfortunately, but I've seen
Blumkin?
I've
We
seen
talking
someone do
Blumkins?
it. No, not a Blumpkin. I've seen someone taking a shit and someone else came in, sat in their lap, and gave him a hug. I'm waiting for it to happen to me. But
Straddle them?
no, they just sat in their lap. I'll get a picture of it. I'll give it to you guys later.
Yeah, I need to see what this looks like. Is it like the person was sitting on their lap like it was
Like
Santa?
forwards, like straddling.
Like Santa at the
fa-
mall?
Face to face, giving him a hug.
That's aggressive,
Yeah,
dude.
while they're shitting.
That's fucking aggressive.
That's a little weird.
Yeah, never.
Not my cup of tea.
Nope, never. I had a friend, him and his wife, man. Like my buddy would be taking a shit in the bathroom, and she would just come right into the fucking bathroom and like grab shit out of the bathroom. And yeah,
disgusting.
like you need some privacy.
Yeah.
dude.
Well, so that's a funny thing. I always thought about like, all right, you're married, you've been with your wife 10 years. Why you still go and shut the door? Why you lock the door?
I don't lock the door, but when I'm taking a shit, I close the door.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just like used to it. And
Why is it so vulnerable?
I have a window directly in front of my bathroom door, so like everyone from the street could just look in at me shitting, which I don't really care about. Yo,
What's your address?
You got this happening one time. I was at a Miller's in Deer Park, and I had to shit. No one likes shitting in public. Like, it comes, and you're like, fuck, dude. Like,
Wrestling taught me otherwise.
so anyway, so I'm in there, and I see this guy kind of walk by, and they had a big crack there. I'm talking like a 3/4 crack. Whoever put this fucking stall door in didn't do a great job. So I see a guy kind of like out of the corner of his eye, like look through, and I'm like, all right, he's just checking to see if I'm in here. Then he kind of takes a step, and then he comes back, and this dude just like staring at me through the crack while I'm taking a shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Fucking weird, dude.
See, that's when you got to tell them the door's unlocked.
Yeah.
Come join me.
Come on,
And then they'll walk away.
That's true. That's true. I hate taking shits in public bathrooms, man. It's the fucking worst.
Home
I
Depot
love
is
it,
where
bro.
it's at. Luigi, you know, Home Depot, the bathrooms. No way, bro.
Really?
It's
I've
like the
got-
highlight of my morning.
Yeah, I
don't know if I ever.
You need a new morning routine.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Well, if he's going there every morning.
Yeah, exactly.
There's never
No one's
anybody in
there.
there, and
Yeah,
they won't
no
turn
one's
you down.
there.
Like, we went to before softball, there was like no bathroom at the field, and I was stopping at like all these gas stations. It's COVID now, so no one wants to let you in their
Use the
bathrooms or
bathroom.
whatever. I ended up at Home Depot. It was like my fifth stop.
Shit on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, that's why I
god.
should've- the guy tells me he doesn't have a bathroom. I'm like, all right, so you're in this little gas station. You're telling me you don't piss the entire day, working 12 hours. You don't
Dude,
piss
some
once?
people are like
Get the
that.
fuck outta
There's some people like that. When I was younger, man, I used to not be able to like go to the bathroom in school, and then I turned 17. I got a job as a landscaper. That changed everything because,
Yo, wrestling.
dude, you're out. Yeah, you're out. It's hot. You got and like, what am I gonna do? Sit with a stomach ache all day? You just gotta fucking
Let it out.
event. Yeah, you gotta figure it out. You know, like dude, I'll never forget. I worked with this guy. We were at one of the customers, so we had our route where we'd cut the same lawns. It was like a Wednesday. And he hopped off the mower, went behind the shed, and took a shit. And the customers caught him in the back
damn.
taking a shit.
What was he wiping with? A T-shirt?
I don't know, probably
No,
napkins or
when-
something.
When you shit
napkins.
naturally, you don't have to.
Dude, the guy came out. He was pissed. He talked to our boss, and he was like, "Listen, if that ever happens again, just ask to use the bathroom." He's like, "I don't want to come out and
You
see a guy
fucking animal.
shitting in the backyard."
Well,
And
that
he
guy
was like,
a good sport.
he was
someone
was
else,
cool
yeah.
about it, but it's just like it's awkward. Like
Definitely
we don't interact with the customers that much. Like when am I knocking on the door, like, "Hey man, I gotta take a shit."
Yeah, I don't
You
think
know,
I'd be
but-
able to do that. Like, hey, dude, can I come in here and shit?
Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah, it's
it gets
respect.
tough, man. It gets tough out there. If you got
It's tough in the streets. Kid.
yeah, man. So when I was landscaping, that got me over that. And I was like,
Wait, so
whatever.
if-
You gotta go. You gotta go.
If you were the guy, would you let the dude take a shit, or would
No.
you just be like, "Hey, shit in the backyard"?
No,
I'd let him take a shit.
You
in
would,
my house.
Nick would throw him a roll of toilet paper. Have at it, buddy.
No, I wouldn't
You
even-
ain't getting in
I
here.
wouldn't even throw
Nick
a
would
roll.
not give a fuck. He'd be like, "Next job, kid. Get out of here."
I wouldn't throw him a roll of toilet. I'd be like, that's why you got 2 socks, bro. Just take one sock off.
I would let him. I would be like, yeah, I've been there. Go ahead. You hit the bathroom. I get it.
I'd be like, "Yo, go in the compost pile."
Yeah, yeah.
Nick
Mix it up.
Nick at work, like they never have any bathrooms where they're working porta potties. They're at a different job every day. So explain the situation with the guys you work with, how they handle their shit
Oh
situation.
man,
This
Yes.
is a lot of shit talk.
It's a lot of shit talking. Yeah, at work, like we're never near like a store, like a fucking Home Depot or McDonald's or some shit like that. So we have a bucket in the back of the truck. We have a crew truck, and it's like a fucking box truck in a sense. And these guys daily, it's a fucking ritual. These motherfuckers just shit in the bucket. It's the grossest fucking thing, bro, because they shit in the bucket, they open the back door. 2 minutes later, you walk back there to grab something, a tool, material, and that shit smell punches you in the face.
Hits you.
Yeah, like
In the summer?
like Max Holloway yesterday hit you hard, bro. Fucking clips you right in your jaw.
Shout out to Ronnie's boy.
It's gross though, man. It's fucking gross. I don't know how people do that shit.
I mean, you don't have a choice sometimes. It is what it is. What are you gonna do? Like have a stomach ache all day?
Yeah, you're right.
Like what are you gonna do? It's if you hold that in for a long time, it starts to hurt, man.
Yes,
Like,
Yo, I
it
can-
might come out of your mouth.
I can honestly say, like, I didn't shit anywhere in public until I was like ninth grade in high school, and I had to wrestle, and had to make weight one day, and that changed.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Would you lose
literally-
like
that was
5 pounds?
the first time I shit anywhere besides my house.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you're like, what, 14 years old? That's
I
pretty
was
crazy.
like, yeah, I had to
14,
fucking make
15.
weight. I couldn't run anymore. I'm like, fuck this. I'm not running. So I just took
Took a nice dump.
a nice dump. 2 pounds.
Yeah, that's the worst though,
Loaded.
man. Wrestling when you don't
2
make
pound
weight.
dump, man. The kid had to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
When you don't make weight, man,
You
and
gotta
like
do
before your
anything.
meet or something, like yeah, you're desperate.
Yeah.
You're
Fucking
desperate.
spitting in water bottles and
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I heard. People like would dip to cut weight, like
Mhm.
to even get the spit out.
Yeah.
Take a shit, fucking jerk off, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Shave.
It's the worst.
Definitely.
all right, so let's talk about get your weight up, not your hate up.
Let's talk about it, baby.
So we didn't really get as into it as we could have. I have a pet peeve that I talked about earlier, and it happened this week, and I don't know why it bothers
Store?
me so much. It's
Lotto?
similar.
Lotto guys?
No, it's similar. Like, all right, so I work in a school, and even though I'm not a teacher, the faculty are my coworkers, right? So for me, it's like you're walking through the halls, you see somebody that works there, you go, hey, how you doing? This and that. You say hello. It's just common courtesy. So
Like being on the water, you wave.
you just say hello, man. It's people you work with. It's just common courtesy.
Double finger guns, maybe?
Come on, bro. I'm a professional.
Hey.
How you doing?
So I'm walking through the hallway. We have a water fountain. I go to fill up my water bottle. There's a teacher sitting at the desk on like hall duty. I walk by and I say, hey, how you doing? Makes eye contact with me, puts his head down.
Douchebag.
Not a word.
Scumbag.
So now I'm at the water fountain and he's directly behind me. So I'm filling it up and I'm just stewing. I'm like, the fuck, this motherfucker.
This guy raised by turtles?
What do I fucking say?
So I turn around after I fill up my water bottle and he's sitting at the desk. I turn around, I take a step over, and I put my head down and I go, hey, how you doing? And he looks up all startled from behind the screen. Oh, hey, what's up? How you doing? How's it going? I'm like, yeah, it's going. And I walk away.
It's going.
Like,
You think maybe he didn't hear you the first
he
time?
fucking heard me. He
100%
fucking
heard you?
100% heard me. I said it loud enough. He looked. We made eye contact. It'd be one thing if that didn't happen. But he looked at me and looked down as I said it. Like, you fucking heard me. I don't know why that drives me so crazy, but it does. It's like, why is it so hard to have fucking common courtesy? Yeah. You know, and it kind of goes in parallel with the holding the door thing. You know, I hold the door open, nobody says thank you. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Those little things, I don't know why they piss me off so much. But like,
it's a legit reason to be pissed off, bro.
It gave me so much joy to make him uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. I was so happy.
Once again, it's a New York thing.
It's funny when you ask somebody like, "Hey, how's it going?" just as like a formality, and then they're like, "Bad." They're like, "Oh, my dog just died." It's like, "Whoa, buddy!
Yeah.
I was just saying hello.
It's
I'm not trying to, you're not gonna unload your whole fucking."
There's only
shit
two
on me
acceptable
right now.
answers for that. If I say, "Hey, how's it going?" Fine, good, or living the dream.
Yeah, the only day
anything
living that
outside
dream,
of that.
baby.
If you
The
start
only day
telling me,
living that dream.
if you start telling me.
No living the dream.
Yeah.
If
We
you
all
start
gotta
telling me
saying
what like your actual problems are, you're a rude son of a bitch. That's even worse than not saying
Hey, what's
hi.
going on?
Yeah,
Nah,
I love
my wife left me.
Dude, I
What?
started doing that.
Yeah, I'm getting divorced.
You know, I like the telemarketers from like the solo companies, all that shit. They
Yeah.
all call you. They go, "Hey, how's your day doing?" And I'll be like, "No, it's shitty. Like this happened, that happened." And most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, they'll hang up.
Yeah, like just shut the fuck
Yeah.
up, dude. You're clearly not buying
Yeah,
anything.
make them regret asking you how your day's going.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll pick up. I'll say hello, and then I'll put my phone on mute and just hear him be like, "Hello." Hello, hello, and I'm just like, I got him on speaker. I'm like, look at this jerk off.
Yeah, I think going back to what D-Rock said, though, I think more or less it just comes down to, like, you know, you're putting yourself out there as far as, like, being vulnerable, right? Because if it didn't bother him, he wouldn't care. So he asked you how you feeling, or he holds the door open for you, and then they don't respond with a thank you or I'm fine. It's like a legit reason to be fucking pissed.
Yeah,
You know? And
It's just a simple thing.
it's a simple thing.
You know?
common courtesy.
Yeah, and I mean, it's good that he calls people out on it because that's even better.
Yeah.
That makes the story
Yeah.
even better.
I like how he had the stew over it. The guy was like right behind him, and he's like, "Hey, how are you?" I asked you a question.
I want an answer. Yeah, that shit would piss me off too, man. I never had that though. I never had somebody come along and not fucking even acknowledge that I said something. You know?
It's gotta be awkward.
Yeah. It's like they do it. It's like they do it deliberately. You know, they're
Awkward
purposely
eye
not. Yeah, they're
contact.
purposely avoiding. Stupid.
These lotto jackpots are getting out of control. Does anyone?
Dude, did anyone buy the last one? Did we win the
Did
last one?
power?
No,
I
we
don't
didn't
know.
win.
Did Powerball
Motherfucker,
hit?
we wouldn't be here if we
Did,
won.
did anything hit though? I don't know. Did Powerball hit last night? I know Mega didn't hit on Friday. So I don't.
I know
don't
I
know
ain't
who
rich,
it-
so
Nah,
I ain't
you
rich.
bought.
no.
Yeah, Terrence's question for like the last couple of days was, what would you guys do if you won?
Yeah,
Leave
what
New
would be the
York.
what would be the first thing you would do? Like place you would go, like thing you would buy. Just like what would be the first thing you
Buy.
would do with that money?
I would buy a compound and start a cult
Yep.
Right away. Right away.
immediately.
100%.
Right away.
Immediately.
I'd go halves with you.
I feel like I call some people and tell them like, you're never gonna have to work again. So just like call your job and tell them you quit.
I don't know if I'd join a cult.
I would join D-Rock's
You do
cult.
cult? You do, oh my god!
100%.
You wouldn't start your own cult? You wouldn't be a good cult leader.
D-Rock and the
Whoa,
cops.
I don't even know what we do if I started my own cult. Just fucking pull our teeth out and say stupid shit.
Well, who brought the Zins?
It's
You
called
brought this
Jackass.
in.
Yeah, it's going. I'm Terrence Carr. Welcome to Jackass.
Yeah, I don't know what I would buy, man. I mean, I definitely would hook up my friends for sure.
For sure.
You know, maybe get to the bottom of
family.
this ass bleaching.
Dude, Alexa said if she won, she's like, yeah, I'd buy you guys all one thing. I was like, one thing? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? One thing? I can't even think of what one thing I'd want.
I'll take a state.
Yeah, I'll take a state. I'll take the country of Ethiopia.
That's how rich stay rich, man.
Yeah, being cheap motherfuckers.
So what would you buy?
I'd move, definitely. with
You
a
know,
yacht.
you know where? Would you? Lexa said she would travel for a year.
Yeah, I'd probably take a month off and think about it before I do anything impulsive.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would fucking.
Just leave.
I would
JFK.
get. I would get. I don't even know. I would definitely charter a jet and be like, all right, boys, we're going. Where
Yeah,
are we
I'd
going?
definitely hook up family with like half and then bounce.
I'd be scared to fly though. I'm like, I got all this money. I don't want
I'd
to
buy a
fucking
jet.
die. I would just walk everywhere.
Private jet.
Walk everywhere.
No, like,
everywhere.
you win the lot. I'm saying you win the. You
We're going to Vegas. Get your bike.
not because I'm I'm saying if I won all this fucking money, I'd be scared the plane was gonna go down. Like I wouldn't even get to spend it. Not walk, but I don't know. I'd put a fucking helmet on right away. It's some fucking shoulder pads.
You should be wearing a helmet anyway.
You'd get
Pad walls everywhere. I'm not walking in the door unless the walls are.
You know what I'd get for you and Ronnie? Custom mouthpieces.
Oh, Ronnie the mouthpiece. Yo, PSA.
So anyway,
Tell the story, Ronnie.
anyway,
Tell the story, Ronnie.
Let's hear the story.
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, so I'll tell the story because I was here. I might not tell it as good as our friend Ronnie over here. So I recently started doing a little bit of kickboxing and jiu-jitsu, and I noticed that Remy and Dave always have a mouthpiece in.
I want to know what your mouthpiece looks like.
I don't need one, kid.
There's a
I don't,
big gap in the
I
middle,
don't need
probably.
one.
Yeah, that'd be a
Yo,
very
I'm not
custom
even trying to
mouthpiece.
rip you. I'm just, this might benefit people.
No,
They might be in the
no.
same boat as you. There might be, I don't know, 1 or 2 people
He's
out
just
there
got.
in the world.
He cuts the mouthpiece in half and
Yeah,
puts one on the
yeah,
left
yeah.
and one on the right. The middle's fine.
But
For sure.
so we're talking, and I was like, Dave's like, yeah, I always have one. I think Dave got clapped one time. Remy always had one. He like grew up wrestling.
I
and
just
shit.
never rolled with a mouthpiece.
So Ronnie never played any sports that involved a mouthpiece. So I'm like, Ronnie, you have one? Like, what's the deal? Should I get one? He's like, bro, I got like 7, and none of them fit. He goes, every time I get one, dude, they don't fit. They're either too small or they're too big. I'm like, did you boil them? Like, you boil these things and then you stick them in your mouth and it perfectly fits your mouth. And he's like,
Bro,
what?
I'm not a
It's-
dentist.
He goes, I thought they were one size fits all. I'm like, what are you fucking retarded? He goes, what? Everybody's got the same amount of teeth.
Yeah,
I'm
everyone
like,
here, we all got
bro,
30. No, we don't, though.
No, I'm like, it's like
I got 29.
it's like a fingerprint. It's all unique. The design of your mouth and the mold of your teeth is different. He's like, I didn't fucking know that. I'm like, dude, come
Did you
on.
boil
One
it
size
yet?
fits all. Like it's a
Yeah.
fucking
You
hat.
did? And it fits like a glove?
Like a glove.
Yo, so I'll never, ever roll without a mouthpiece ever again. I was rolling years
That's
ago.
not why I don't roll with a mouthpiece. I just think it's uncomfortable and I can't breathe.
Yeah, it's more difficult to
You know?
breathe. I can
Like
see
my
that.
cardio's not. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never rolled with a mouthpiece.
Through your nose, not through your
Through
mouth.
nose, yeah.
Built different.
Mouth breathing.
I chew
retard.
gum. I'll chew gum to roll.
Yeah, I actually started
A
doing
lot
that.
of people do
Yeah.
that. You were doing that yesterday.
Yeah.
I noticed.
I just rip zins.
I still know how to. I still know how to boil a mouthpiece though. Like,
Yeah,
that's,
Luigi.
that's kind of like common knowledge. I thought.
It says it on the package, I believe.
Yeah, it does if you read directions.
I will never, ever do anything without a mouthpiece ever again. Years ago,
No, you don't even fuck without a mouthpiece? Yeah. honey, give me a minute. It's going
Fuck
in.
with a mouthpiece.
I got to
One
keep
moment.
myself protected.
One moment.
If you see me, if I'm walking around the house and you see me putting in a mouthpiece, I'm either going to jerk off or fuck.
That's the only protection he's using.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
But years ago, Nick, when we were back at Airborne, we were rolling, and our boy Justin, he'd always come late to the night class because he had just gotten a job teaching. He was a night school teacher, so he'd always show up kind of late. And people would hang out and roll with him or whatever. And one night he shows up, and I had just gotten done. I put my bag and stuff in the back. I was talking, and he showed up. He's like, yo, come on, roll with me, roll with me. I'm like, I don't know. Come on, roll. I'm like, fine, I'll roll. I'm like, let me go grab my mouthpiece. And he's like, no, come on, let's just do it. Fuck the mouthpiece. You're fine. I'm like, dude, I want to go get my mouthpiece. And he talks me out of it. He shoots on me. I sprawl, and he reshoots and popped up in the top of his head, hit the bottom of my jaw, and I bit a piece of my tongue clean off.
Oh.
Damn.
Clean off. So if you look,
Show us it.
You have a scar? Oh, damn.
you see the chunk on the left side missing?
Yeah.
It never grew
Damn.
back?
So
Never-
how long before you went back to eating box? How long did that put you out of commission?
Right there.
bro?
I took his
then and
pants
there.
off. Took his pants off and
Oh,
ate his
he
pussy
chose
right
his
there. But dude, my mouth filled up with blood, and he got me to triangle from because I was like in shock for a second. So he had a triangle on me. My mouth was filling up with blood. I spit blood all over him. Tapped, got up, and I spit a piece of my tongue out.
Oh.
And I was fucking furious. And I was like, dude, I'll never do anything
believe
without
that
a
didn't grow
mouthpiece
back.
ever again. Why would it grow back? Your tongue doesn't regenerate.
Were you
I
like,
thought it was like a starfish.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, oddly enough, I never wrestled with a mouthpiece, and then I didn't start wearing one until I started doing jiu-jitsu. Like,
Did you have any like experience that was like, fuck, I gotta get a mouthpiece, or you just like, hey, it's bound to happen sooner or
No,
later?
so honestly, what I use it for is to keep myself under, like, my breath under control. So I find it's hard to breathe through my mouth with a mouthpiece in, so it like forces me to breathe through my nose. So
That's smart.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a
Makes
smart
sense,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't
it
go that
serves
far. You're not
the
an idiot.
mouthpiece serves so
No,
many
but
purposes, dude.
It's definitely a safety thing. But I was just, for me personally, it was to teach me, like, to keep me breathing through my nose. But obviously, I have actually gotten choked a couple times, and I was like, oh, thank God I have a fucking mouthpiece in.
Terrence also. Terrence, why do you wear one? You said for the concussion.
Yeah, I made that up. I was like, yeah, it's not actually to protect your teeth. It's
It's
for
not.
concussions.
It is.
That's what I thought,
That's
but then
true.
I Googled it and it said for dental injuries. I don't know.
Well,
I
for
thought it was
both.
to help like your teeth clapping and
It
fucking-
protects your teeth, but the major function of it is to protect against concussions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronnie, talk that shit.
And to brace for impact. You bite down and you clench your teeth.
Yeah.
Like if you see something coming.
Yeah, like Luigi's finger. Nick's opening it. Are we going for the question of the day right
Question
now?
of
I think so.
day.
I think we should.
All right, let's do it.
Let me just get this envelope open. Hold on a second.
Yo, Ryan, you're killing the fanny pack, kid.
Hey, what's it say on it? Something in the zoo?
Terrence, take
The
it, baby.
Bronx.
Oh, come on, dude. I have a lisp. Okay.
I have a lisp.
You don't have his teeth in.
You and the friend sitting to the left of you are on an excursion in the Amazon. Your friend stops to take a piss and suddenly gets bit in the dick by a venomous snake. There is no way you're
know
making
where
it to the
she's going with this
hospital in
one.
time. Your only choice is to cut and suck. Would you puncture your friend's dick and suck the venom out to save his life? Would you do it if he was going to live but lose his cock? You will forever be known as a dick sucker.
Well, it's true because you know what they say. You can cure cancer. You suck one dick, you're a cocksucker for
Yeah,
life.
too. You could build bridges
Wait.
your whole life, then they'll call you a bridge
Did that
builder.
say if he survives, he loses his cock?
It says, would you puncture your friend's dick and suck the venom out to save his life? Would you do it if he was going to live but lose his cock? You will forever be known as a dick sucker.
No, because if he's going to lose his cock,
There's no point in living.
No point in living.
No, you can still get a finger stuck up your ass and fucking ejaculate though.
What are you going to do? No, it doesn't. If he's not going to get, if he's going to lose his dick,
It might still feel good. I don't know.
There's no point.
there's no point in living without a dick. I mean,
Yeah, so you're gonna cut it and suck it.
I got you, Terrence. I don't think I'd let you go out like that.
I wouldn't want you to like if I'm going to lose my dick, I'd rather just die. So I wouldn't even want you to go that far.
You could become a girl also.
Yeah, for sure. Caitlyn Jenner get Woman of the Year.
Here's the thing, though. If you do it, you'll be known as the most heroic cocksucker for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
bro.
you'll be a hero. You'll be a hero.
You're the only
You're a
guy.
hero.
You're the only person that ever sucked a dick and saved a life.
Yeah, and it's not like you got to suck until completion. You just got to get the venom out.
Yeah. Well, what do you think that is? That's completion, baby.
So the venom and the cum are coming out. Damn.
Well, the cum coming out gets all the venom out, so
Yeah.
you definitely have to.
All right, so you sucking Luigi or what?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Luigi's like gonna suck D-Rocky venom or not.
Luigi's like, dude, I did that yesterday. He didn't even.
I mean,
have that in it.
if he was going to, yeah, I've done it before. If his life was going to be saved and he still had a cock, 100% I would do it. But if he's not going to have a cock, I wouldn't do it to him, and I wouldn't
Because
want
you
him
wouldn't
to do it to me.
exist without dick.
Exactly.
Okay. Dave, Remy.
I just
would
haven't.
Same
love
boat.
that answer.
I feel like this is gonna like be a scenario like in 2 weeks. Luigi's be like, "Oh my God, you look like you got a snake bite," and rip my pants off.
Yeah, but you don't know if they're gonna lose their cock or not. It's not guaranteed. So I guess I would do it.
You
just
do
because,
by
like,
the
yeah.
basis of the question.
No, it says, would you do it if he was going to live but lose his cock? So you can't you can't be like, hey man, are you gonna lose your cock if I don't do this? Like,
No, but if he does it.
telling you that's
the scenario.
Reading comprehension 101.
I don't.
you- are
That's
you-
not reading comprehension.
Are
Number
you
one.
sucking my cock or what?
You?
Yeah, I'm to the
I'll
left
do
of
it
you.
fucking right now, dude.
Shit.
Present it. And
All right,
Ronnie,
thanks for listening, everyone.
we gotta go.
Nick's like, I'm going to the bathroom.
So I think that's the consensus.
Yeah, we're sucking each other off
Yeah.
to save a dick.
I mean, that's basically what we're doing in this podcast, anyway. All right, so here's a question though. Here's a real legitimate, no strings attached thing. No weirdness though. You're stuck in a life or death situation. Okay, doesn't have to be a snake bite, but it's you and one of your closest friends. Life or death. You can save your buddy's life, right? But you will be paralyzed, right? And I'm talking like
Neck down.
You got to breathe into a tube the
Oh
rest
my
of your
God.
life. Now, all right. I think everybody here would save their friend's life, right?
Chill.
Well, hold on. Are we talking you're a vegetable or you're just paralyzed from the neck down? You're still conscious.
Paralyzed from the neck down, still conscious.
Still conscious, but you can have the wheelchair, walk around. You're normal.
You can't walk around in a
No, I
wheelchair.
mean, like, fucking move around,
you're saying like
move
Stephen
around in the
Hawking, like,
wheelchair,
you-
but you're normal. You could talk. You
They
can
see
hang
me
out.
No, you can't talk.
rolling.
Oh.
You
You
can't
can't
talk.
talk?
You're like
You gotta
Stephen
be like
Hawking
Stephen
style.
Hawking. You have to like blow into
Yeah.
it to move
Yeah.
and shit like that. Wow.
So now, all right, you do that,
okay.
right? How long would you want to live like that, right? Like, so you have a choice, right? You do this. You could be alive, right, and be the hero and live the rest of your life like that, but you're a hero. You get everything you want for the rest of your life, right? You're treated like a fucking king for the rest of your life.
Almost everything.
Yeah, but
Those kind of heroes don't get pussy.
Stephen Hawking was still fucking. He had children.
Paralyzed?
How do you get up? They just,
His dick still worked because it wasn't a spinal thing.
but he
It was
couldn't.
a
But
ner-
he couldn't feel it though. So then, what's the point of sex?
No,
if you
he,
can't
I
feel
think
it?
he could feel it.
No, if you're
basically
paralyzed
like
from the neck
being a
down, you can't feel
vegetable.
it.
Dude, he had kids after all, because he had ALS, so it wasn't a fit like a.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, so his dick still worked because it was like an unconscious thing. It wasn't like related to. I
It's
don't.
intuitive.
So would you?
No.
Okay, yeah. Would you live like that, where you get everything you want for the rest of your life?
So you
like
would
that,
just
but-
save your friend's life,
Well,
and
you're
then
selfish
you
to
would
your
basically
family
like
if you
sit.
do that.
Yeah.
What?
You know, you're like selfish to your family.
Because you're not going to be. You
You
need
know,
them
your
to care.
mom, your
They
dad,
need them
your
to care for
siblings,
you.
like-
Yeah.
Like
You're like
if
a
I'm
burden on them?
Look, if I'm conscious and I can talk, yeah. But if I'm a vegetable, like you're basically dead.
All right, but then your friend dies if you don't do it.
Good. I mean, not dead. I mean, but like, look, you're basically killing yourself for your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know.
gonna agree with Ronnie on that.
No,
one.
your friend dies too if you don't do it. If you don't save him, he dies.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like,
yeah. Listen, it's 2021, bro.
look, if it was my
Alright.
brother, if it was my blood, I'm dead. I'll do it in a heartbeat. But like, I can't.
No,
do
you're
it.
not dead. You live, but you're a fucking
But a
vegetable.
vegetable, you're dead.
Well, you're not a
Well,
vegetable.
he's saying
but
he'd be a burden on his family. Like he doesn't think it's fair because they would have to like take care. He would need a caretaker.
Yeah,
for
but
the rest
then
of his life, he wouldn't be able to wipe his.
if
own
you
ass
don't
and
do
shit
it,
like
you're
that.
burdening the other person's family with that loss.
Well, it's not as much of a burden, I think, to take care of Ronnie for like his remaining years as it is for someone to lose a loved one.
Well, maybe the guy whose life you saved takes care of you out of,
Maybe? Yeah,
graciousness.
having to get your own ass wiped. I don't know. It's tough.
Got a pity. Yeah, I'm definitely letting him drift away, dude.
Man,
'cause
I'll be at your funeral. Rest in peace.
yeah.
I love you.
R.I.P. homie. I'm
I
sorry.
love you, but
Yeah, I'll pay for those coffin dancers to come.
Yeah.
The dudes
I'll
like who
take
put
care
it
of
on
your
the shoulder
family.
and they're fucking.
I'll get a
dancing.
tattoo in a memoriam and let you
I'll
roll
make
on.
T-shirts, the whole fucking nine.
I'll bring flowers by every day.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Nah,
That's-
you
that's
guys
tough
are
to
living.
think about.
Hard question.
That's really difficult.
There's probably only like 4 or 5 people I would do it for, but they're living.
But you
Yeah,
see,
there's like 4 people, maybe.
well, he said it would be one of those 5 people that are closest to you.
Yeah, they're living, but
And-
I wouldn't want to live like that.
yeah, like
and then
you
he-
can't sit at this table and tell me you'd save my life.
I would
Bro.
consider it because
I'm not
Your
gonna-
uncle let me go. I'd be fucking dead, kid. Like, don't sit here.
I'm
and
already
say you would
dead.
do
Let's
that
not
for me.
bullshit. Let's not bullshit
Like-
here.
I'm gonna save my best friend's life, and then I would want to die soon after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's
No
a
way.
few things I would want to do first, like get done first, but then I'm not living like past a week. I'd be dead.
Yeah,
in a
but
week.
Elon's working on that Neuralink thing. He's saying within 10 years they're gonna put something in your brain that you could be paralyzed from the neck down, and it stimulates that part of your brain. He's saying people are gonna be walking again. People that haven't walked in
So
fucking
then
30
I'll
years.
stay alive for 10 years, and if it doesn't happen, then I'm dead.
Okay.
All right.
I
I'll wipe
would,
your ass.
I would go back in time. I'd go back in time to my teenager self and be like, when you're going through those woods,
Yeah.
don't suck that dick.
Yeah, watch out for snakes. Wear a cup. I don't know.
But yeah, Ronnie, listen, if it was me and you,
Yeah. You'd be like, look, kid, you're a good white belt
Yeah.
and everything. You're
I enjoy you having in my
half
class on
decent chess
Saturdays.
player, but
Yeah.
look, kid.
I would get a custom mouth guard that said R.I.P. Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Hey, I'd expect that.
Yeah, no, for real, it's a tough question, but I mean, either way, it's you gotta do for you, man. I'm sorry.
I would want, honestly, if something like that ever happened, I would want one of my friends to kill me. I think I don't know if I'd want to continue on living like that. And I actually asked Eric Oz that question, like maybe a month ago. I'm like, if something like that happened to me, I'm like, and I asked you to kill me, would you? He's like, I wouldn't be happy about it, but yeah, I would do
Yeah, 'cause
it.
then
I'm
what
like,
is-
that's a real fucking friend,
Yeah,
right?
because then the person that you're saving, he looks at you every day and sees that you're just a fucking vegetable, riding around on fucking 4 wheels. It's like, how is he gonna feel about himself? You know,
It's
so
a
this shit goes.
lose-lose situation.
Yeah,
Well,
it goes deep, man. It
But
goes
so
deep.
this is what I thought, and I thought about this because Stephen Hawking was like a hero of mine. The mental strength it takes to live like that and carry on the way he did. Dude, that guy beat the odds in so many ways because ALS kills people pretty quick. He lived for like 50 years with that condition
Yeah, that's
and
incredible.
thrived. Like the amount of like the power of that dude's mind has to be incredible because like I don't think I have that in
And
my brain.
he was a genius too.
Yeah, like how do you like you your whole world has to exist in your mind at that point to some level. I'm like, it takes a fucking strong mental character to do that. And that's why I posed this question because I've thought about that. It's like I don't think I would be able to do it. I don't think I would make it very far until I want to go, like until I want to die. Because like so many things that I enjoy are predicated on having the physical abilities. And like, I think I have a good mind, but I don't know that I got the power of mind like that motherfucker had to go on like that and like not just exist, but like probably be one of the most influential fucking people in a lot of ways. Like, it's fucking bananas that guy had such a strong mind to pull that off.
Yeah, it made the best of like a terrible situation.
Yeah, or
Still
even
did,
just like people that are like Cripple Steve, man. I love that motherfucker, you know. And obviously he's not in the same situation; it's not as dire. But like the fact that guy does what he does, you know, he wasn't ever supposed to walk again. He walks to some degree. He fucking does jiu-jitsu. He's legitimately good at jiu-jitsu. Like, that motherfucker to me is one of the best people on the planet.
Yeah,
I mean, he's awesome besides that, but the fact that he does that is incredible to me. And I'm like, I think about like, if I was in that position, would I be doing what he did? I don't know, man.
Yeah, he's got a great attitude. That's what I said, because when I ate shit and like my face obviously got all fucked up. No, when I fell, everyone was like, "Oh my God, I feel so bad for you." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm lucky. Like, if that was like if I was paralyzed or something, like I was able to stay positive through the whole thing, because like they're gonna put the teeth back in my head. They're gonna get there, and I got like whatever. I'm slightly uglier than I was, but I was never that handsome to begin with.
If you were
so I'm like,
though, you'd be even worse at jiu-jitsu.
dude, I don't know if that's possible. I'm pretty fucking bad, dude. Maybe I'd have a better. Maybe I'd be able to fucking pick up some of it. I was doing some reading last night, and there was like, there's gonna be some people who have to go over the technique 100 times before they can get it. I'm like, is there people that have to go over it 1,000 times? I'm gonna be that dude.
Yeah.
They're gonna write a book about me.
Everybody.
Yeah,
that's the difference. No, it's true. That's the difference. Everybody has to do it 1,000 times before they get decent at it. That's the only difference between.
It's just who does it quicker.
Yeah,
and
it gets like frustrating though, because I see like guys like working with me, and they're like Nick, very willing to work with me, and like we're just going over it, and it's like we're going over the most basic stages. This is only my second class, and it's like stuff that like you guys don't even have to think about. You guys have like already. There's a saying like,
yeah, but we were there at one point.
Yeah, I don't know if you were this bad. Dude. I don't think it was ever this bad. But I'm trying to say, I'm lucky that you guys are my friends and you keep me coming back, because if I just
fucking take it easy, dude, friends.
Whatever. I'm happy that you guys
back. Let's go.
We just you know.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
Kava, and we're here too.
Yeah. No, but we coexist.
Terrence,
We share a space.
Everybody was in your shoes though. Like, it's
Yeah.
hard to comprehend and believe, but it's true. And whether or not we were friends anyway, like when I first started jiu-jitsu, I didn't have the friends that you have helping you out, and other people that were there that weren't my friend the way you were friends with you helped me.
I'm saying
that's
there's
the
like
beautiful thing about it.
A feeling of, oh, that's cool. So you're saying like even if I didn't know you guys, like you guys would still be willing to help me?
Absolutely.
You're just trying to grow.
Absolutely. And everybody, you'll encounter other people like that will too, that you don't know nearly as well because they were in your shoes. And that's like one of the awesome things about it, is that everybody remembers that to some degree. And like, granted, like me and Nick were talking about this yesterday, it's been a while since we've worked with somebody as big of a beginner, and you almost forget what it's like, but it like recalls into your mind instantly. Like, at one point in time, me, Nick, Luigi, Remy, Ronnie were all in your shoes, and other people helped us. And that's the thing about it, is everybody was in your shoes at one point. And really, like, dude, I was the worst white belt ever because I'm a stubborn fuck. I was the worst, and I thought I would figure it out my way. And finally it clicked that that's not how it works. And eventually it just started happening. So I tell everybody, like, if I could figure it out, anybody can.
Yeah, just keep showing up.
Yeah, it just works that way. As long as you just show up, it just keeps working that way.
Yeah, you're going to be in our shoes one day, too, where you've been doing it for a little while, and you're going to have shit under your belt, and guys are going to come in that don't know anything, and you're going to be helping them as well.
Even Ronnie, you've been training for 4 months now, right? Now you encounter somebody who's on their first week of jiu-jitsu, and you see it, right? You see like, oh shit, you realize the progression you've made, because you're like, okay, I know this part, and you see the difference. And it's like, that gives hope to that kid, because Ronnie's like, yo, I just started, and I can do this already. Like, you'll be there. And then Ronnie works with other guys who are now like maybe blue belts, and they're like, Ronnie, I was in your shoes not too long ago. It gives it, and it just goes
all the way up.
Yeah, and it keeps going. Even same thing with us. Like, man, I remember the first time I rolled with Bernetti, I hadn't rolled with somebody, and I've been training for 14 years, dude, and I hadn't rolled with somebody who made me feel like I should have, it would have been no different if I had never done a day of jiu-jitsu in my life. And it's like, holy shit, you know, and that's another thing for me. I'm like, one day, that could be me as well, you know? So it never ends, and that's the cool thing about it.
Levels to it.
Yeah, it's cool, man. And like,
we had that conversation, like, if you've been doing jiu-jitsu 4 months, like maybe 2 months ago, and you're like, bro, I've been doing it for like, you. you're like, I've been doing it for like a month, and you're like, I just don't think I'm getting any better. You're like, what do I have to do? I'm like, bro, just trust me. Like, keep going. And like, when
I
you
hate
go,
the gi. I hate the gi.
But I tell them, like, yo, when you go with somebody who's like brand new, then you'll see how good you've got. Because like you're like, especially at Freedom, like you're just going there and getting the shit kicked out of you, like day in and day out. So then when somebody new comes in, then you get to like try all the things that you've been learning and like maybe you didn't think you were learning, but it just now it's natural.
It's hard to measure your progression sometimes when you're a beginner going against experienced people because you're always losing, and so it's very hard to measure your progression. But like Remy said, then all of a sudden you go with somebody who's got less experience than you, and you see the difference. And then the other part about that is as it progresses, now all of a sudden you'll be rolling with guys that normally maybe beat you handily, and now you're giving them trouble. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, fuck, I'm getting better.
Yeah. Shout out to all the white belts.
Well, I think
Appreciate you.
I think that's one thing that's cool about being a blue belt is that like I'm able.
There's nothing cool about being a blue belt.
Well,
Damn.
well, it's better than being a white belt. So
Facts.
If you guys want me to leave, I mean,
No, it's not better than being a white belt because when you're a white belt, it's okay to suck. When you still suck as a blue belt, it's like, dude, what's happening
something's
here?
wrong with you. Yeah. But at least like being a blue belt, like I get to beat up on the white belts and like have that feeling
Thanks.
of like, yeah, like Terrence, like.
Yeah, these guys love when Terry rolls up on the mat, man. Ronnie's like fucking licking his chops to beat the brakes off the kid, bro. Getting his ass kicked all week. Saturday morning, not today, man. Terry's my bitch.
But as a blue belt, you get to do that. You get to like, manhandle like the newer white belts, and then you also like go with somebody who's a purple, brown, or black, and then you get manhandled, and it's like, damn, it's like it makes you like
there's levels.
feel like you can't do anything. Like there's some people who you go with, and it's like you feel like it's impossible to do anything. Yep. Like fucking when Luigi gets a hold of you with the gi, it's like I might as well just fucking tap now.
Yeah, but then you also like, I have people that do that to me. So
No, that's what I'm saying.
like,
Yeah.
that's the beauty of the whole thing.
Potts?
Let's not even get into that.
Yeah, Potts, if you're listening right now, man, fuck you.
Yeah.
If a snake bit your dick, I'd fucking pick him up and make sure he gets you again. I don't want this motherfucker walking away from this. And I'll dap that snake up, buy him dinner.
I'll dab that.
Find another dick to bite.
Yo, I would get that snake the hugest rat for like celebration.
Shit.
Fuck. Yeah, we're it's almost an hour and 10 minutes already.
An hour and 7 minutes.
All right, so
I gotta say, before we wrap this up, this board is fucking sweet.
Yeah, it's
Solid
beautiful.
Sound quality is
Salad.
A1.
Awesome.
all right, so before we wrap this up, what's today's date? Today's what, the
16th?
16th? 17th. All right. It's January 17th. This is like the first official one, okay? Before, obviously, it's going to be a little bit before this is released, but I want to put something out there, right? So when we release this, I want to get feedback, right? So if anybody listens, except for Potts.
Yeah,
Who?
5-star ratings only.
never heard of her.
Let's put it out there. Any of our friends, people that listen to this, give us feedback if you listen to it, like, and real shit, not like, oh, you guys are assholes. We know that, but like,
That's not news.
we're with the whole like we wanna make it enjoyable, right? So if you guys disagree with me, tell me. But
I do. Fuck your opinions. If you don't like it, don't listen.
No, like I want to make sure that it's enjoyable to listen to. I think we're all on the same page, right? Where we kind of the idea is we almost want it to feel like you're in the room with us talking shit, right?
100%.
So if there's things that you guys hear and it's like legitimate criticisms, good or bad, I definitely want to hear it. I want to know what people think.
As I like to tell everyone, questions, comments, concerns, or compliments.
Yeah.
Well done.
Leave them here.
All right.
All right, yo. Thanks for listening.
Ta-ta.
Ding dong ding dong dong.